that in Germany, post-war Germany, the whole concept of leadership and Germany's being called upon to be a leader is even the language of that discussion is difficult. How do you know, the word for in German for leader is Führer. And nobody's come up with an effective term for leadership. Literally, it could be translated Führerschaft. So you've got a lot of problems with the notion of Germany taking the lead here, and you have to remember that this is a situation where, in a country where even today, the legacy of the Third Reich lives on in terms of even the youngest generation saying, what is it that we can do, what is it we can't do? I was in Warsaw last week for a discussion with German, Polish, and American young leaders, and some of the young Germans were saying, it's ridiculous. In our country, we even debate whether or not we can root for our football team, our soccer team. Of course we do, but there's a real conflict there. And so at a time when Germany is everyone's looking to Germany, what does Germany do about it? But then at the other hand, you have those people who say, enough's enough. You know, we've done well. And we've also, and they can justifiably said, we've come to terms with our past the way no other country has. We've integrated it into our curriculum. We've done all the right things. And look at our economy. In Europe, in Western Europe, it's the only economy that has still been growing. Angela Merkel's predecessor, Gerhard Schröder, already instituted reforms that curbed some of the welfare state, made the country more competitive. There's a reason why the New York Times today, for instance, has an ad which says, a big ad which says, number one kitchen, most modern kitchen, German engineered. The German engineering, whether it's cars, machine tools, or whatever, are working. And they've also kept their public debt low. It's still high. It's around 78%. As compared to GDP, but compared to the rest of Europe, that's not bad. And pretty soon, it's not going to be bad compared to the United States, by the way. So there's a question. Then, what's the solution? And the solution, when people start thinking about it, the Germans say it's always more integration. It's more a deeper European Union. That's been the mantra from the very beginning, because German identity is saying you can have a German identity if it's firmly rooted in Europe. That's the whole origin of the European experiment, and that's the reason why they pushed the euro. And so there's this inevitable push, go further and further, but when they do that, then people start looking around, are the Germans dictating to us? Are they being arrogant? And there was I think one of the tabloids in Britain recently said, there's a German plot to take over Europe. This comes up repeatedly, and so they're going to be a bit, I think, in the position that we as Americans can identify with in the post-Cold War era. If we when we're very assertive as leaders, then we're saying we're arrogant, we're imperialistic, we're hegemonic. But if they stand back and let things just sort of unravel, then, oh my God, you're not taking up your responsibilities. Where are the Germans? That's their dilemma right now, and that's why Angst is a very German term.